Hi, welcome to the Living Room series. My name is Audrey Sarquilla and I'm here with Belinda Pearl. We are going to show you and demonstrate and offer up a way to make sacred space today.
Sacred space, and what does that all mean? And we're going to show you in ways that you never really can understand or realize how powerful it is when you create sacred space. So we're going to play. Today's a play day.
And you can tell that as we are even prepping up the space today, the sweet dog wants to find his own sacred space right here with us. So you may see a few little puppies running around here in our video. And that's life. So whether you have kids running around, dogs, cats, other animals, being able to find a space that's maybe in a corner, maybe something off the beaten track, like Belinda says, that is your space tucked away that you can go into and calm.
So to meditate and just be. Be in your life, reflect, contemplate, and then sit in stillness and silence. And again, if you want to create space that's kind of away from a lot of movement so that it can become that still, serene space to sit in, and it's really a place to go back to yourself and be centered. And I think everybody should have a place in their home. Even in their office, you could create sacred space, but you can create sacred space literally any way you want to. But a place that you can go to home inside of your heart and be still and know that this is a place that can be a higher vibration and a high frequency. And you're going to actually be able to feel it. There's many ways to even test it with pendulums or with divining sticks to see even where is a great place to put it. But really it's about being intuitive and following the space here, the connection to your heart, so that you can find the right place for you. And you'll know straight away, as soon as I say, Audrey says, sacred space.
And that's a great thing to do first. So why don't we all just, if you can, wherever you are, take a seat. Of course, if you're driving, hopefully you're not watching this while you're driving, but if you're somewhere that you can actually close your eyes for a moment and sit, then why don't you do that with us? Otherwise, do this at another time. Mm-hmm. If you can find a seat, close your eyes, and take a few deep inhales and exhales. And then imagine your space, your home, and think about where you would find that little nook, that little cranny. Or is it in your room? Is it by a window, by fresh light? Is your place that calls you a little darker, a little more like a cocoon or cave? And start to see what that would even feel like for you. And, in your mind's eye, walk around your house or your living space, your traveling space that you live in, wherever it is, and notice if you can be drawn organically to that space.
Right. You're going to notice inside of you, you're going to feel like this, like Audrey said, a cocoon. It doesn't matter if it's in a cave-like area or if it's the brightest room. It's really going to be dependent what you feel inside of your heart, and your heart's going to really be the compass that's going to bring you to that space. And you probably already gravitated in your mind in that picture that Audrey set up to that place. You can even make it, if you have a beautiful garden, you can even set up sacred space in the garden. It's just a place to really honor yourself and to come to be quiet, and to you can see it in many ways. It could be just as simple as you thinking of that, connecting to the infinite universe. That's another way to picture this, or something that's super, connection to God, or to connection to the source, or connection just even to the earth. And that's going to really determine the elements that you bring into that space.
And bring your hands to your heart and just gentle bow to yourself, acknowledging you, acknowledging yourself for taking a moment. And then as you open your eyes, we're going to lead you through setting up space here, so we hope you enjoy.
Yes, so welcome.
Come along.
So just kind of pick up things that are kind of around the area that have been either set up or we know that carry a certain vibration or feeling. So we've brought things around us to show you and to put into the center here. But you will, again, intuit inside of you. If you have something that is made out of any kind of natural substance, that's something that you would love to bring in, something connected to the earth. You can also bring in fresh flowers and fruits as well, is important too, because you can also place your fruits in that area and actually have it become high in vibration, right? So Audrey and I are going to collect our little goodies, and then we will set up a beautiful space right with the doggy sitting.
Yes, yes. All right, welcome back. So as you saw, Belinda and I put some of our favorite pieces together here. And before we describe everything, just take a moment to close your eyes, take a deep inhale and exhale, and think about some really special pieces that are meaningful in your life, whether they're a mala, crystals, a bowl. Definitely, if you can have a candle and it's a safe place, put together and grab a candle. And now open your eyes and take as much time as you need. Definitely go through that process a few times, closing your eyes, meditating to think about what really is meaningful. Sometimes the altar can grow, and sometimes you take pieces off depending on where you are in your life at that time.
Okay.
And we've compiled all of these pieces that we'll talk to you about. And do you want to go first?
Yeah, I think one of the important things about the altar is really how the altar or the sacred space or the pieces that you put in there, really how they talk to you. And like Audrey said, what their meaning is right now in your life and how you're actually utilizing them. And so, to make sure, so we cover a lot of the different elements that are around us in the world. We want to make sure that we're honoring all of the different elements within inside of us. This is part of the yoga, this is also part of our spiritual practice, and this is why we come to create these spaces. So there's things like the crystal here representing of the earth element, and also, it's created with fire and the color that comes in there, and really what the color means and how that crystal amplifies the energy. There's wood, again, connecting to our earth. We really want to connect to the earth and honor the Gaia and the trees around us. There's metals. This again comes the element of the earth, the elements within inside of ourselves. There's also the fruit. This is the blossoming, the growth that comes through us through our spiritual practice. And one of the things too, and maybe Audrey can talk a little bit about the Kuan Yin energy, or any of these deities, and how, if they talk to you too, how you want to bring them into your life. And these will always change and shift as well. If you want to share anything about the deities.
So even with crystals, there's clearing, especially an amethyst of some type may set the space of clearing, or smoky topaz, or tourmaline, whatever you're attracted to. And as you get attracted to that crystal, and Belinda is just magic with crystals, so she definitely is my go-to when it comes to crystals. I get drawn to certain aspects and just say, I don't know why, but I need this one in my space. Sometimes you just go with the gut and you go with your intuition. And then if you're drawn to Ganesha is this little elephant-headed guy here that clears away any obstacles. And when I look at a space for altar, it is so much about clearing. Because if the space is clear, then whatever is going on with me, whether it's an emotion, my thoughts, I can come to that space and be with them, and not and have as many helping hands to support the clearing, from crystals to Ganesha to Kuan Yin, having compassion, the goddess of compassion and unconditional love there for us by our side, with the sage and the Palo Santo, two other elements from the earth that we burn, and then it clears away and lets us come back to our center. And Buddha, of course, here, wooden Buddha, happy, jovial, reminding us to have a good
Joyful
laugh all the time and not take ourselves too seriously. So Belinda and I have to, well, we do try and remember that, not to take ourselves too seriously most of the time. And then sound. These magic bowls are from Tibet and have a resonance of, is this one, which one's heart root or what?
This, for me, like the bowls talking different, like this is a G bowl, but it's, it really, they sounds change every day. Like every time I play them, their sounds change. They have so many sounds within inside of them, so it's really hard to say this one's for that specifically. They can have notes attached to them, and the notes are attached to the different chakras in the body. And that would be another segment.
Yes. We'll bring all of our bowls in.
But this metal, and then if you think about how these bowls are made, especially these come from the 16th and 17th century, and you think of the time and the hands that have touched them, and the hands that have made them, what's the person was thinking of when they were creating these bowls, and that whole intention of creating, these bowls were created for healing, for sacred space, for sound therapy, and all these beautiful aspects that we're continuously doing. But in this space here, connected to creating sacred space, you want to be clearing the energy around you, and sound is such a powerful tool. And we'll play the bowls just for in a moment, just so you can hear the sound resonance, and we'll sit with that for a moment so you can actually feel the space around you change. And this is anything you can do in your own home too. You don't specifically have to have bowls like this. If you have like a little tincture or something like that, or if you want to create space with sound, you can just take your pots and pans and just bang it out just a little, just to clear the space as well. So these are
heard it here. Pots and pans are possible. For making sound.
Everything done, I think, great
intention. Get the kids involved, right?
Yeah, you want to always hold inside of you what you're doing. And that's like the most powerful thing, is holding inside of you what you're actually doing. Everything is placed with exact purpose. Mm-hmm. So just for a moment, let's again maybe close our eyes. Mm-hmm. And if you were doing this at home, you would find that space that you want to sit in. And again, if you have your pots and pans, you want to find which way the sound speaks to you. So take a deep breath in. Center yourself. Feel the space around you that you've created, if you've already put out some stuff, or you're just watching this, but listen from your heart center. And even feel how the sound kind of pulses through you and through the walls and through the space. And just with that intention, my intention here is to clear space around us energetically, to offer from our heart beauty, to offer from our heart this place for ourselves where we can come to. And it can be as simple as that, just allowing sound to pass through.
And as you find any resonance, whether you have bowls, these Tibetan singing bowls, crystal bowls, tingshas, pots and pans, be sure to have, like we said, 1 or 2 candles around, and take the time to set an intention as you light the candle. And the candle is a great meditation tool, focusing your eyes upon the flame, letting it dance, thinking it's a metaphor for life, the dance of life. And so before, again, getting, or when you're ready to sit, the offering, and safely, of course, and hopefully the first time, this looks like it's going to maybe go, maybe not.
Try again. That's where Ganesha comes in. Om Gam Ganapataya Namaram. This enlightening of matches. If those ones don't work, we always have other ones. There we go. Let's give it a moment there.
So at the same time, taking your time to light the candle, setting your intention. No, I'm going to do this one, but I'm going to start it over. The dog's with you, so we stopped, and now we're starting over.
Okay.
So take in the sound of the bowls, and be sure to light your candle with intention. Allow the flame to bring you home, to your seat of home. The original asana, what asana means, the seat of yourself.
When lighting a candle, it's just a beautiful meditation just to sit and gaze at the candle and see if you can allow the candle to clear the mind, clear the space between the thoughts, so you can really focus in again on your intention and what you are creating the space for. This place that you can come to for grounding, for being centered, for being still, so you can really listen to your heart. Listen to that space that's so sweetly divine within inside of you.
And if you like having necklaces, malas, something meaningful to you, Rudraksha malas date back for thousands and thousands of years, and this Rudraksha bead, considered their seeds, and they're considered Shiva's tears. So it'll be another segment as well to talk about the different deities, the gods and goddesses within the Hindu pantheon. And Belinda and I love especially talking about the goddesses and how they empower us to tap into the spaces, the many facets of us, women and men, because we all have feminine and masculine aspects within us. So again, having your mala near you, utilizing it for meditation or wearing it to remind you to stay centered, charging that on your altar each time will remind you instantly of your sacred space, even when you're traveling.
Right. And that's the perfect thing. It's wherever you go, whether you're going to travel around the world or just travel to your neighbor or go to work, anything that you've put on here, you can, again, instill that intention, and with your mala or your ring or even your car key, you can really put there an intention for creating protective energy and protective space around you. So when you go out into your life, this sort of element or essence of protection is always there for you. Whatever your intention is when you're creating the altar too, if your altar is created for peace or for love or in a stillness, as you take that with you, your mala or your object, that talisman, that's going to go with you wherever you go. And so it's just another way of helping us out in general life. So we can always be sane and centered.
Sane and centered.
Sane and centered.
So we hope you enjoyed this segment, this series, the living room series. Thanks for coming into my home. Thank you for listening and being a part of Belinda and my experience as we set up altars, and we hope you liked the doggy. This is Hunter, and he enjoyed the sacred space too, I think. So thank you.
Namaste.